We are live. We are live. School Psych AI. What's up? What's up? We are in the building. It's not Feedback Friday. It's Tuesday, but we are going live. I am checking our sources just to see where we are and if we're going live. I'm on the Facebook group, so let me know if you get this, if you're on the Facebook group or if you're joining from our YouTube channel. And I am checking in, and we gotta go to the School Psych AI Facebook page because Facebook, they ran some updates, and instead of it going to the group, it is now going to the Facebook page. So I'm gonna jump over to the School Psych AI Facebook page. And if you're not following over there, go ahead and make sure that you give us a follow. If you're on our YouTube channel, make sure that you give us a follow there as well. Okay, so I am clicking into the School Psych AI. Yep. And we are live there. So let's see if I can share this to the Facebook group. Okay, I see that. So Facebook, they've disconnected the Facebook group, but it goes to the Facebook page. All right, and now let's see if I can pull it into the actual Facebook group. Uh-oh. That did something weird. All right, let me go back to the Facebook group. Look, we are figuring this out in real time. So let's see. All right, that's the group. All right, this is the Facebook page. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm on the Facebook page. Now I'm going back to the School Psych AI. All right, it's completely switched me there. So then if I go back to my page, let's see what will happen. And if we could come over. Okay, now come back on my page. So switch to Byron McClure. You're now acting as Byron McClure. Okay, that's what I want. And now I'm going to post it. Let's see if I post it here, what'll happen? Oh, so I'm interacting as myself? That is strange. Okay, now what if we go to the School Psych AI group, the page? All right, this is bizarre. Okay, so I'm clicking that. That's not what we want. We want to go to now. See, this is the thing with Meta. Like, why would they change a good thing? Because before you could just go to the Facebook group and go live. Okay, so now I'm going back to the School Psych AI group, and they're making me interact as my profile. Okay, so if I post this here, and let's see what happens. Okay, I posted that. All right, and let's see. And then I'm gonna tag at Monica. All right, let's see. They changed all the settings, so now it's like you can't even log into the Facebook group, but it's live on the Facebook page, which is I don't know why they did that, why Meta would make this change. So this might be a thing where we just gotta give it a try another day because it looks like Meta has just completely changed everything to where you used to be able to go live with a Facebook group, but then they switched it and you can only go live on the Facebook page, which we have a School Psych AI Facebook group, which has like a couple hundred users, but our Facebook page is the big group, which has the 12,000 users. So what I did is just a workaround because we figured I would try to make it work. I posted it inside of the Facebook group to try to make it work. And the whole idea behind this was to get with Monica. Shout out to Monica, who is doing dope work. We wanted to come on and just have just a quick conversation about DeepSeek. And there has been so many changes, like in the past few days, inside of just AI. And so we just wanted to kind of nerd out and have a conversation. So, hey, we'll see how it goes. It looks like it's not really working, but it is working on side of the YouTube channel. Okay, Monica, I just sent you a message on Facebook. And then I sent you another, I sent you a direct message as well to see if you could hop on. And if you can, it'll invite you into the actual stage and then we'll be able to bring you on. So let's see how that goes. Oh, or do I have to click invite? Yeah. Okay, that's what I did. And then we could work this out. Look, this is part of our ethos at School Psych AI. We just kind of make it work. We just kind of make it work. Okay, so Monica, I sent you that link. Let me know if you're able to join in the actual live. When you can, I will bring you on, and then we can make that work. Okay, so while we're waiting, oh, there is Monica. Monica, I was about to go ahead and just start yapping away. I'm gonna bring you on, Monica. Monica,
I think we need to start off, right?
there we go. There we go. I can hear you. Can you say something for us, Monica?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, very good.
We figured it out.
Yes, and I told you, oh my gosh, I'm not prepared. I didn't do my hair.
I got to do my hair too, Monica.
I know neither of us have makeup on, So
All right. Well, you look great. Okay. So for those who might not know, Monica, can you give the folks just a quick introduction? Who you are, the work that you do.
so I'm Monica Ganes. I live in Miami, work in Miami and Orlando in private practice, in school psych for like 22 years. Very much interested in multilingual issues, immigration issues, and AI. I use AI a lot in my practice. And, serving NASP as the Florida delegate and some other issues currently on the AI task force as well. So just very interested. And this all started because DeepSeek, of course, came and disrupted and just when I thought, oh, I'm catching up, like you can never learn so much, right? Like but I kind of have a handle of things, and then life throws you something new that you have to learn now, and then it's impossible to be completely caught up as to.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing things for my practice, and now it's like, okay, which one do I use? Questions like that I had. So anyway, that's how it all started.
Yeah, and I got to shout Monica out because from the time I feel like we started, Monica has been supporting, like providing feedback, just being very honest and straightforward and transparent and asking the right questions, from a spirit of like wanting to be in the best interest of children, but also be more efficient in what we're doing. So I've just always appreciated that one, but then just the work that you do, it's important, and now more than ever just the work, there in Florida, but at the national level with our association, just doing important work. And so I'm a fan of that. But okay, so if you're watching, please hit the like button, share it, comment, because we want this to be engaging. We want to hear from you all as well. And Monica, one of the things that you said is it's almost impossible to keep up. Now, I'll say this. I think I have a decent level of knowledge when it comes to this technology. And so whenever I present, when I travel, I'm sharing all the cool things, the innovative things, and just do what I have to do. I have to stay updated with things.
Right.
But I will tell you, this week, really the past 5 to 7 days, it has been a whirlwind. And the post that you put inside of our Facebook group about, hey, let's talk about DeepSeek. It has disrupted the AI industry. And so it's a Tuesday, people got work, my kids in the back. So we're gonna keep this short. And so we know the big ones, right? And when I say the big ones, we know OpenAI. OpenAI is Sam Altman, CEO, OpenAI, the company, ChatGPT is the platform, the model. All right. We have Anthropic, you got Claude. That's their conversational chatbot. You got Google. We know Google. We have Gemini. What else do we have? We have Meta, Instagram, Facebook. They have Meta AI. Apple Intelligence. They're right.
However,
And so most people know ChatGPT, okay? And then out of nowhere, seemingly, this platform called DeepSeek disrupts everything. Now, here's important context as well. There was a recent announcement that $500 billion would go into essentially the infrastructure of building artificial intelligence. We need compute, we need infrastructure, we need data centers. There's a lot that goes into running these models, and the government, these companies had committed across multiple years of pouring $500 billion, Monica, into AI. Why is that important? Here's why it's important. This company, DeepSeek, comes after that big announcement and says, hey, we have a model. Oh, and by the way, we built it for about $5-6 million.
wow.
Oh my goodness. That is unreal. Because what's happening, these companies using OpenAI are putting billions of dollars of research, of compute, of energy into building these models up. And a multi-year product is saying, like, it's going to take this amount of money. And then these engineers, this team of DeepSeek said, oh, yeah, we did this with a fraction of the cost. Oh, and by the way, the
It's free.
model, it's look at the cost, right? The cost of it for users is free. There is a small cost, it's a fraction of the cost for the API,
Mhm.
but that's a very, very small cost. But when you compare the free cost for the basic usage of DeepSeek compared to OpenAI. If you're a regular user, that's $20 a month. For their pro version of O1, which is one of their more recent models. Oh, and by the way, they're soon going to be releasing O3 any day now. I would bet that they're going to have to release by Friday because they're going to be behind. But O1 is their higher reasoning model, and DeepSeek is reasoning based on some benchmarks at or above ChatGPT's billion-dollar, like multi-billion-dollar, highest level reasoning model. And Monica, it's free.
It's free. That's the thing. Exactly. Everybody's paying. And what happens is if you think about accessibility, because of course not everybody has $20, and I don't know if there's different even price point for other countries, but usually, of course, maybe in the United States we can pay $20 a month, but people in different income levels may not be able to afford, and other countries they can't access. Now we have one that is free. There are some concerns, but this is free. And also for me, being in the multicultural world, I am thinking ChatGPT, of course, being American, a lot of protection, and we can talk about the ethics later. But in my head, I'm thinking about language models and like having a particular train in the particular language model trained in Asian languages. And Asian languages, if you think about, Mandarin, those languages that are the largest speaking group, right? Right. So it just gives access to, possibly, if we look at data for us who do multilingual assessments and whatnot. So now we could potentially think, are we going to select this particular, DeepSeek, if we're working with those populations, and is the data that we use or analyze going to be more accurate? Because now I almost think that DeepSeek could have like a multicultural aspect to it that we don't, and linguistic, in a way that we don't think about when we think about these AI models. Um, so it's like I said, I can't keep up because my head is going like, oh my gosh, we have so much potential here of all the things we can do.
Yeah. And Monica, I'm gonna pull up. There was a post that I saw on Twitter that was pretty informative, and I think this might be a good visual for folks as well. And it kind of underscores the point that you're making too. And so I'm gonna share this. Do. And I know we're not on X anymore. I get it. I'm on Blue Sky.
Those,
Follow me over there.
yeah, I'm
But
Blue to listen. I'm
yeah,
on
yeah,
so, but I post more on Blue Sky now.
yeah. But I do like this one because I follow for AI news, and this it gives you an insight just the economic impact that this platform has had. And so I'll make this a little bit bigger. But let's run the numbers, right? OpenAI spent $600 million to build O1, which is their high level reasoning model. And Google spent billions on Gemini. I really like Gemini too. I love Notebook LM. It was one of my favorites. Um, I really really like Gemini, and that's saying a lot because before they were late to the game, but then 600 million billions with Google, 6 million, 6 million,
6 million.
and it's the number one app in the U.S. App Store. Um, and it's arguably the highest reasoning model. This just talks about it, whatever the reasoning models. But then this was yesterday, and I haven't had a chance to look up just the stock market. But Monica, this had an impact on the stock market,
And
and
not only in NVIDIA, but other areas too. So it wasn't like specific to AI,
that's right.
right?
That's right. So this is and where I want our field for practitioners, psychologists, educators to understand we're always late to
Yeah,
everything. We're late to the game. But we gotta recognize that we're talking like economic impact
yeah.
that isn't this far off thing. It's happening now in a very real way.
No,
Um
there's no going back or saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do that
yeah,
because there's nothing like a good person doing the work." I
yes,
understand, but okay. So that it's almost like not even comparable to like before and after for the internet or not internet. This is 20 million faster. Like this is
yes,
much faster. Everybody has to get on the train
yeah,
because otherwise people are going to get left behind, in the sense that, of course, we need a human connection. I mean, there's nothing about that, but it's like for efficiency and productivity, it's
yes,
almost like I feel like my business would not be able to survive. And I teach business for school psychologists, like I teach private practice for school psychologists. I feel that my business will not survive if I don't integrate AI into my business operations. Does that
yeah,
make sense? So,
yeah,
so we all have to think about this seriously and really get into using the tools, not just, as a user end, but really understanding everything about the legal, ethical standards and everything that we have to, as practitioners, be responsible with. when we are using these language models.
Yeah, and Monica, that's a very important point because look, this technology is here, and it's we got to learn how to use it in an ethical way. Yes, of course, that goes without saying. But if we don't, I think the implications of that are going to be very serious for our field, for us as practitioners. And so, why not get ahead of it? I think inside of schools, when we look at the drop with DeepSeek with this release, what it's going to do is going to decrease the cost of OpenAI, of Gemini. They're going to have to figure out a way to make their models. So, what it's doing, competition is good because it's going to drive the prices down. But the models are only going to get smarter and smarter, which means, Monica, me, you, for your business, for educators, for psychologists, we can use this technology and it's going to be cheap for us to use the highest level of reasoning and intelligence that's out there. So, Monica, I'm excited.
Me too. I can tell you that, I do a lot of report writing. Being in private practice is a lot of assessment, forensic work. So I'm using AI in forensic work, and I absolutely HIPAA compliant everything, right? So I use, and it's so efficient to use that, accompanied by the knowledge. We have to have the knowledge as psychologists, so we can't forget that this is not for using it in areas that you don't know anything about, that you can't verify that it's accurate, because that's always a concern.
Yeah.
But developing, I mean, I just talked to Gene Cash, you probably know Gene, that there are professors that are using for organizing lessons, that are organizing, scoring, that are organizing things for students at the
Wow.
university level. And it is absolutely, it blows my mind, because neither of us went to school, those of us who have been out in the field for a while, having anything near close to that. So imagine a professor that can actually put in a write up or whatever, and analyze the readability, or whether it's accurate, whether they plagiarize, whether you don't have to. It takes seconds, right?
Seconds.
Seconds,
Seconds. Mhm.
seconds. So the time, you have your time back.
Yes, you have your time
You have
back.
time back. So for me in private practice, like I tell people, everybody wants to save little pennies here and there and do everything by hand so you don't pay for the scoring. No, in private practice, I mean, I've been here. You gotta, efficiency is king. And if that means that you pay for something that makes it efficient. But now, with something like DeepSeek disruption, now we don't have to pay for a lot of things. So
Yeah.
these things are may be free. Now, of course, the ethical and all of that we have to worry about. So we have to kind of be careful and observe and evaluate before adopting any AI.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
We have to wait, look, evaluate, understand,
Yes.
because we cannot be responsible as psychologist professionals with a license certification and use any AI just openly without knowing whether we are adhering to ethical standards and legal issues, right? But I know that whatever issues, they will probably be resolved.
Yes.
We're going to just keep going with it, and we have to adopt it. We have no.
That's right. That's right. And I wanted to acknowledge Rachel is here. Shout out to Rachel representing Missouri. Rachel is here. Always good to see you. Rachel, she says, love your energy together. Love listening to you both. And Monica, to that point, yes, right. Like when we first started, that was the number one question around data security, ethics, and that should always be a question. When you post it, I think that's something that I was thinking, you just said it so much better than me, is I want people to know what they're using. I want people to know why they're using it. And I want people to read the terms of policy. You got to read those things, whether it's Facebook, whether it's OpenAI, whether it's any website that you're using, like read those terms of policy. And for me, using DeepSeek, I have not downloaded it. I have it here. If I click over where you see it? No, you won't click it because I'm just sharing that one. But I haven't had a chance to read through the entire terms of policy yet. And I tell people, like, I read it. Like, you got to read those things so you know where your data is being sent, who has access to your data, how they're going to use your data. Like, those things are important. Now, I will say this: DeepSeek, they allow you to download it to your actual local device, which, like, yeah, that's a pretty neat thing. That's a way to actually enhance security, which is really cool. And then I shared my screen because I wanted people to see this as well. With the security of it being safe, allegedly, but also what I'm a little hesitant about, and I need to read through, is that the data is saved in China. And I want to be more knowledgeable about that, especially for FERPA. And if you are, you should never input PII, right? But if you do and your data is going to China, like, you just gotta, that's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah, and I think it comes down to the regulations that we have. So I agree with you, Byron, because I did read a lot today. I was doing a little bit of research about data and where it goes and whatnot. Absolutely, what you say, you can download and use it in your local system. And I even talked to Adam a little bit earlier today. We were chatting, and he was explaining, how that works. So I'm excited that there are a lot of possibilities to keep it safe if you do it in your local system. But I did read, summaries of people who I follow, and they were saying that yes, the data is going back, and then they, of course, the control is still over there, and we are giving them access to that. But either way, no matter what program we use, sometimes people think that the identifying information, for instance, is only the name. But no, if like I were to describe Byron and say, I don't say your name, and I say, he owns a school psych, language, AI language software that people can use for reports, and he's a presenter, and he's a very well known SEL presenter, and he used to have lead this SEL
okay,
course.
Monica, you know your stuff. Okay, okay.
Hey, I'm a groupie. I'm a groupie. So if I know Byron, I can describe Byron, and
Yeah.
people would say, "Oh, she's talking about Byron, right?" So the identifying and all that is not just taking the name out, because you can identify client information. So FERPA, HIPAA, you can identify. But imagine you're giving all that data to another government. So all this TikTok thing, it's going to be another TikTok thing, right? Like, people are going to say, okay, China. But we did hear the president praise DeepSeek. I heard him praise DeepSeek. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I know. So we'll see what happens with that, right? But I think there's a lot of potential here, and we just have to keep learning. That's the
We
thing.
gotta keep learning. Gotta keep learning, Monica. And it's funny you mentioned Adam. Adam, we gonna have some problems. It's like, now I'm joking, Adam. Adam, if you're watching, I hope you're watching, Adam. I want to keep the dialogue going. Adam has been doing a lot of work out here as well. Just joking, just messing with you, Adam. But uh, you're right, Monica, about the things that you're saying. And one of the things, and shout out to Ed, our CTO with School Psych AI, the best engineer on the planet. We've been talking about some of these things, and he pointed out just the cost that it runs because of the size of the parameters and the model. It takes a lot of space. There's different models in DeepSeek. I need to learn a little bit more about the different types of models. I think most people have been talking about R1, but some of these can get pretty large on your, if you're using your personal device as well. But Monica, to your point, like, this is why we just got to keep learning so that we can understand these different models and things that are out there. I brought this up because it does a really good job of showing just some comparisons
Right.
of DeepSeek compared to OpenAI, their O1 model, and some of the different models that they have. And if you look, this is DeepSeek here in the blue, and DeepSeek is either at or above, which is just so unreal to believe. But anyways, I think we're making the point. I know I got to get the kids
Yeah.
dinner and bathe and ready for school. Before we go, before we hop off, Monica, are you going to NAS?
Yes, I am, of course.
Are you presenting?
I am. I have two workshops that I'm presenting. One is about helping, differentiate English learners, learning disabilities, all of that topic with multilingual learning, the multi-tier system of supports. And the other one is working with immigrant children and families, which is a very important topic these days,
Yes.
because what we're seeing, of course, nationwide, and the fear that we're seeing our populations and whatnot is something that we have to really be prepared for as school psychologists. I think that we have to know the law. We have to understand what is it that we can do, should do. Guidelines from districts. We want to keep our jobs, of course, but we also have to be prepared to serve these populations, because I am 100% believing, because of what we know from child development, this is not only harmful if these people are going to go into schools to detain immigrants, not just harmful for the immigrant population, but also for the U.S. born population that have no recent immigrant ties, because I guess we all have immigrant ties somewhere or
Mhm.
another, because children are compassionate. Children
Yes.
love their friends. So imagine if you are U.S., white, no connections to anybody that has recently emigrated, to see
Yeah.
somebody come and then take your friend. That has
It's
to be
tough.
traumatic.
That's
So
traumatic.
we have to be prepared. So that's going to be a very good conversation, and it's based on a book chapter that my friend Elvira Medina Pekovsky and I wrote a couple years ago for the best practices. Yeah.
Yeah, and Rachel says, marking my calendar, Monica, your
Thank
sessions
you.
are always on my wish list. And so,
Thank you.
depending
Rachel.
on what time I'll,
I'm gonna go to yours, of course.
yes, yes, yes. We're gonna have a good time. I have two presentations on AI. One is just around the ethical usage, limitations, how to leverage it, and then the other one is specifically how to integrate AI into writing strength-based psychological evaluations. So a lot of my work has been on just strength-based work. The other aspect is AI, and so now we're merging those two together, which are amazing, amazing use cases, and another just great use of the tools to make things parent friendly, accessible. Monica, as you said, to translate these things. So exciting times, Monica. Excited to be in this work. Happy to have had this impromptu call. If you're watching,
I don't know if you see it, but I bought this from the Minority Scholarship Program.
yes, yes.
I'm wearing my psych shirt. So
School Psych here to help. School Psych here to help. Monica, thank you for joining. We got to do this more often. This was fun. If you're watching, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're in our Facebook group, make sure that you are active. Share your thoughts, right? We want to hear from you. Let us know what questions, comments you might have about this technology. And like Monica said, let's continue growing and learning together. Until next time, take care, everyone.
thank you.
All right, bye, Monica.
Bye.